Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so—
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary—
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment unlike anywhere else. Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it—
If there are no further objections, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like—
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of—
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so— what are you—
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best op—
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge...
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you...
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he...
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with...
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited...
Huh? What the... We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it.
Paimon's never tried this before, so Paimon's been wanting to ask you something.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the...
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and...
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the...
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite...
So the Gese got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how...
What makes...
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner know...
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul.
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. Huh?
This light. It looks...
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have...
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk?
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was the forging industry with crystal marrow, skills, blood, dreams.
Yes, well, Were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening, you allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants.
You flatter me.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke, mounting, and recently, as you well know, none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events.
After all, Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat?
Enough! I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And
Judging from the look in your eyes...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you...
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop.
You...
You're a little I thought I'd disguise myself exceptionally. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be...
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The... Fatui?
Just to create a...
That's it? That's why you...
Look how even the righteous soul... My device function... It is easier for a... Make no mistake.
He has nothing.
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, Mr. Niwa. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not...
Hey, are you...
Dottore. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But I mean...
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so...
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatara Suna incident. So, the doctor...
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did, of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, the load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace, the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as the balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow.
Holy moly. So the doc...
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now. Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, so tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What the? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thinking. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono, those who died in Tatarasuna because of me, deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come Oh no.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault.
Don't be. It's not your fault. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul.
We're out! And we're at...
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
An emergency? How bad is...
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor...
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn, even if no one... So... Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable! Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise... you about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we... Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's... So, how about... Alright, Paimon will start. And Dre and Chili... Also... What do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it? Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon... So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but... Is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5, the art of forging practiced by these 5 clans, most of the great swordsmith clans of old, have since fallen into but fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, if my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the...
Oh yeah, we were! We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
That, my friends, is... In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right. There is no harm in telling you. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage.
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatara Suna's furnace. One brave and chose not to flee. Tatara Suna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it was the armory off, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives. Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of the smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no... Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pet... In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit. On to the next stop! We're here!
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid you're...
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know.
So pretty much business as usual.
Very.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, Miss Kamisato talks about you all. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take. They say it's because Toma's a much better. They get to talking. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them. It's been many years now since as someone who is old and gray. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will... Wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. We're, great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see her.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of.
Very well. Safe.
Hey there, Catherine!
Good day, you two. It's nice to see you here at this festive time.
So, got any jobs for us?
I'm afraid I'd struggle to find you any commissions in the near future. With the arrival of the Windbloom Festival, the only task most Mondstadters are busy with is preparing gifts for their loved ones, but it's customary to do this oneself without assistance. Think of this period as the off-season for the Mondstadt branch of the Adventurers Guild. Spring is here, love is in the air, and everyone wants to relax and enjoy themselves. Even the cats at the tavern next door have been getting lovey-dovey with one another recently.
Ew. Gross. You know that feeling you get when you burst out the doors after a nice nap, hoping to make it to the store before the limited
Perhaps you two could simply take this chance to...
Traveler, Paimon, thank goodness I found you. There's something I need to...
Whoa! Sucrose? Go ahead, Sucrose. We don't have it.
Phew. Here's the situation. I've been appointed as the Windbloom Festival's special ambassador by the Knights of Favonius this year. My task is to do good deeds for people during this festival of gratitude and love.
Nice one! So how did they decide who to appoint anyway?
They spun an empty bottle donated by Angel's Share inside a circle with all our names on it. Whoever's name the bottle stopped at got chosen. I think so too. But everyone said that it was to make it fair, so everyone had an equal chance to become the special ambassador. The thing is, I'm not great at dealing with people, so I was really daunted by it at first. But I'm still glad that I got this role. Luckily, I came up with a way to spur myself on, which has helped.
Is that a test tube?
Yep, every time I do a good deed for someone, I get them to breathe into a test tube. That way, I can...
Sounds fascinating.
Yes. I believe these breaths of joy will serve as valuable raw materials for alchemical transmutation. With any luck, I'll be able to produce something truly miraculous.
Darn, now Paimon's hungry. Wait, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Actually, I can't say for sure until I have more test results to confirm my hypothesis. Anyway, I'm still...
Oh, is that all you need help with? Just treat Paimon to a sweet madame. Then you'll get your last breath of joy. Hey, come on! Paimon's doing it... So, does it need...
No, joy isn't measured in... Let me put it this way. Have you ever planned in the same way that those tender, sweet fruits are the product of your time and effort? The amount of joy derived from an experience is positively correlated to the degree of hardship overcome during it. For example, in my case, I would say that to experience a statistically significant amount of joy, I'd have to do something like spend 6 months developing a medicine formula to a point where it was finally consistently effective. Similarly, in order to collect a significant amount of joy from other people, I have to find ways to do something sufficiently challenging on their behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Long story short, you want us to help you find people for you to help. Oh, that's pretty tough given that it's the Windbloom Festival and all.
Oh, I figured since you're such experienced travelers, you might have some ideas. But if even you don't know how to approach this... Really? You have a plan?
anyway. But, if things don't work out, can Paimon still get that sweet madame? Oh, come on, Traveler. This is a festival of gratitude and love, after all. How could you refuse?
Excuse me, Sucrose? Could I borrow you for a second? Package for you.
Oh, sure. Be right back. Wait! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? That's Kale, right? When did she arrive in Mondstadt?